Hey everybody, I'm Stefan from Raed Slacklines, and in this video I'd like to talk a bit more in detail about our Halo leash ring, the Pro leash and the Alpine leash, how they are made, how they are tested, and how they are certified by the ISA in the end to guarantee a safe use in your Highlines. Many of you asked me, only one single leash ring, not two anymore. Is this safe? What kind of force does it take to bend or break this? And how does it look like when this breaks? So I'd like to share with you the videos from the lab tests so you can see what kind of forces it takes to break this titanium leash ring. The second common question to us is, you guys decided to sew the leash to the leash ring. How strong is this stitching? I can show you the lab tests and can tell you the data about the strength of this sewing. The sewing is many kilonewtons stronger than any knot you can tie in this leash. A figure 8 knot in this leash breaks at 23 kilonewtons. The sewing in this leash breaks at 26 kilonewtons. So the sewing is always stronger than any knot you can tie into this leash. The same goes for the Alpine leash. In the Alpine leash, the sewing has a strength of 17 kilonewtons, while the figure 8 knot has a strength of 13 kilonewtons. What about long-term use? How does a leash look like after many hundreds or even thousands of leash falls? That's what I brought my personal leash that I used during the last year for you to have a close look at. This leash was sewn exactly 1 year ago, and it was used nearly every weekend and on several festivals in 2021. The stitchings still look the exact same way they looked at the day they were sewn in our factory. Another common question is, how long does the sewing in the leash last? The fibers of the yarn are made from Dyneema, so they are highly UV resistant and extremely cut and abrasion resistant. One question from you guys was, but what happens if I damage these fibers by accident? Well, we designed this leash in a way that even if you damage the fibers of the yarn, there's a second layer of fibers below them. So even if you manage to damage this upper layer of the fibers of the stitchings, this second layer of stitchings will be intact and the leash will continue to function. You still need to change your leash though, but you know this. All our efforts to make the lightest but safest leash on the planet were also certified by the ISA. The ISA designed a test protocol that a leash needs to pass before it may be used in a Highline rig. This test looks the following. Every leash ring needs to be tested at least 3 times per batch for breaking. It needs to have a breaking strength of at least 24 kilonewtons, but as you've seen in the beginning of this video, our leash rings have a breaking strength of more than 80 kilonewtons. This strength is certified in 3 tests, as you can see right now. Every single Halo leash ring needs to be proof loaded to 6 kilonewtons. So when you receive your Halo leash ring, you can be sure it was proof loaded to 6 kilonewtons without any deformation. After proof loading, every single leash ring is measured with a caliper and is not allowed to have any deviation larger than 1/100th of a millimeter. Of course, the sewn connection also needs to be tested after the ISA protocols. The videos of these tests right now. This was all the info you asked us about the Halo leash ring, the Pro leash, the sewn connections in the leashes, and of course the Alpine leash. Thank you guys and girls for your really interesting questions. In case you have any further questions, feel free to comment below this video. Stay safe and keep the balance.